With the emergence of television, filmmaking, however small it is in Papua New Guinea, has almost been unheard of. But there is John Himugu, who's been quietly at work behind the scenes since independence. Bradley Gregory caught up with him.
Kanoy finish.
Anong kanoy ya?
Original in all entirety.
Ipin ko halibi mo lapun long kanu.
Kanoy yang wag lo lapun. Ina wag lo ken mangi yo sami pula.
The talk pisin, lifestyle, struggles and beliefs of the society captured on film.
Pasim lo milo write him story. One something mi say write him story longan, em story blong sit down blong today. One something olo yang plaman, yang plameri. Ikaray longan o lipili minogut inside lo. This la society where I'm independent lo narapla society.
Tiliman blau lo mitu.
But it's missing in today's society. Not much of present Papua New Guinea is recorded in a professional budgeted film. One man that has been working in the industry in its initial stages is John Himugu, a worker at the Institute of Papua New Guinea Studies. He recalls the good old days of filmmaking.
Yeah, before, I would say it was very expensive. Filming itself was expensive because we used to make films. Films are different from videos. So it was very expensive, 400 or 500 kina for 10 minutes. So we used to spend that kind of for just collecting the shots. And then we used to take it to Sydney. And then the Sydney people will process it and then send us a working copy. And then we edit it and then take the negative down to Sydney and cut it. Then we make soundtracks, 6, 8 tracks, and then mix it in the studio. And then we file the archive in the studios in Australia, Kalalab. And then it's still as a national archive. So people used to have those kind of connections so that all our films that we make is kept as a national archive, national history archive.
Mr. Himugu still keeps stacks of old tapes in the shelf, memories of his trade. Filmmaking in PNG is challenging, he admits, but it can only get better nowadays with the advancing technology. However, it's hard when technology allows for easier file sharing.
The government puts the money and say 100,000. And then you were given the money to go and make the film. You do it for fun and then say, well, anybody can copy it. It's a national asset because the government pays for it. And if you have that kind of interest, you can do it. But I don't think you'll make money. Some people think they can make money. And they said, okay, can you do it for us and we'll make money? I said, yes, but then it's very easy to copy it, pirate it and things like that.
PNG is a land of 1,000 stories. Storytelling is one of the key mediums used to pass on knowledge. Traditions and myths through generations. Radio plays were a big part of the early days of broadcast.
My father used to be a great storyteller. So I used to listen to folklore stories almost every night. So that got me interested into, learning how to tell stories. So when I went to school, I used to hear these radio plays on Peter and Kinubo and these stories. So I used to, in order to replay the other stories that he tells me, I used to repeat those stories in front of the old man to make him tell more stories. So because of that interest, I developed a way of telling stories. So I became interested in writing articles as a hobby. So I used to write, and then if Peter Trees finds it as a quality, and I pass it on to the theater company people, and I get extra money for it. So all these things worked for me until I worked, and then I said, okay, I gave up. The main thing I did not write anymore because some of my plays were adopted by BBC. And I heard them being played, and then they said it's set in Africa, so they were stealing some of these ideas or scripts from me. So I said, Maski, there's no protection, so I gave up with that.
Research is key to discovering if there is a need for more films in the country. And PNG's oldest form of sharing knowledge through storytelling, radio plays.
Bradley Gregory reporting there. We acknowledge the assistance of the National Film Institute with this report. If you would like to comment or provide information or feedback on any of our stories, please visit our PNG Tonight website at pngtonight.com. This has been PNG Tonight. We'll do it again at the same time tomorrow night. Good night.